Hello wonderful people, and welcome again to our tutorial for today. I appreciate you guys for all you have done to me. Thank you for your calls, thank you for text messages, thank you for your comments on my channel. Thank you so very much for subscribing. And if you are new, this is the Needle Woman, and I implore you, please hit that red icon to subscribe. Don't also forget to hit also the notification bell. So for our tutorial today, we are going to be making this. We shall be making today is the circle dress with a triangular sleeve. I'll be using one piece of Ankara fabric, that is 6 yards of Ankara fabric. So let's just get right to the business of the day. So here we go. I folded my fabric into two in a cone shape. I hope you can see this is the folded edge. This is the other end of the edge. Okay, first I'm going to draw out our baseline where our measurement will be stemming from. Then I'll take the full measurement of our dress, which is 62 inches. Added 1 extra inch for allowance or for the fold at the hemline. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to measure out my shoulder, which is 16, divided into 2 is 8, and also my armhole, which is 9. I'll just curve it out. So this is my armhole, but because this very style of our circle dress does not have this kind of shoulder, we will not be making use of it, but I just put it here so that everybody will be clarified about it. I will now take my bust measurement, which is 43 divided into 4 will give us 10.75. I'll add 2 inches for allowance and then 1 extra inch for ease. Okay, so this is our bust measurement, and basically that is the only circumference measurement we shall be working with in this kind of dress. Okay, for my neckline, I would want to use 4.5 inches, which is at this point. To be working with this shoulder, it means I will just determine my neckline here. Sorry, this is the volume of my neckline. Assuming I'm working with this shoulder, I will just determine the inches for my neckline, say 3 inches. Then I will go down this way and then put my shoulder slope. I hope this is clear, but we are not making use of this shoulder. Okay, what I will now have to do is to shift this shoulder in a little bit, say 3 inches. So I went in by 3 inches extra, meaning that our shoulder will now look like this. Having explained this, I have to wipe this shoulder slope off because we will not be using it. I will also remove our initial shoulder measurement because we will not be using that also. So this is what we have left now. Okay, so having wiped off all the measurements we don't need, this is our new shoulder measurement. So I'll just go down by 2 inches. If you like, you can go down by 1, but I want to use 2 inches. All right, with that done, now I will now connect it to my neckline measurement. So at the end of the day, this is what we shall be using. Now here that has a curve, we are not going to be putting that curve. If you like, you can still maintain this curve. What it means is that this lower part will be like this. I hope this is very clear. I will just keep wiping off the measurements we don't need so that we don't get confused. We don't need this one also. This is our neckline. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. Remember, this is our bust measurement. What I will have to do is to just drag this one all the way down, or better still, leave it the way it is. I will just follow this selvage all the way down, or better still, leave it the way it is. Half. This is our neckline, this is our armhole. Slanting is not curved at the end. Okay, I had to measure out the full length of our dress all the way down. You can see where it ended. So for all these other parts, I'm going to join another fabric. I have to join so that it will measure up to the required measurements. Okay, so now I have added it up. This is it. I used pin to hold it firm, so I'm going to now go to the machine and join it. Okay, as you can see, I have joined the other part. I hope you can see it. So I will now use this front panel to cut out the back panel. Now for the back neckline, the volume, I went up by 1.5 inches because I don't want it to be of the same level with the front panel. That is this marking you are having here. And then here is 1 inch for zip allowance. So there's nothing much. I will just cut it out. So this is one of the two back panels. I'm going to cut out the second one. Okay, so this is the front panel. These are the two back panels. Let's now go to the sleeve. Here we go for the sleeve. As you can see, I folded it in a cone shape also, just the same way we made the dress. We cut the dress. The length of my sleeve is 23. I had to draw out a baseline here. Okay, so I'll measure 23.5 for this folded side. This other side, I'm going to be making it 23, but just for this point, I'm going to make it 23.5. Okay. Okay, if you have enough material, you can go as wide as you want if you have enough material. Okay, so now this is for the sleeve. I will follow this selvage also, this English mouth, and just cut this one out. Then I will cut the second one. This is just one of the two sleeves. So here at this upper side, at our base point, at our starting point, I will go up by 2 inches. I'll just draw this line to connect to the end of this one. Okay. So this is it. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the facing for both the front neckline and the back neckline, and also for the sleeve, for the upper part of the sleeve, I mean this upper part. Okay, here we go for the front neckline. If you like, you measure. It depends on the volume of the facing you want. For me, I think 2 inches is okay, but I'll use 2.5 so that by the time I'm done sewing, I will have 2 inches left. So this is 2.5 inches. I will also be employing the same procedure I used in cutting the facing for the front and back panels for this sleeve. Having folded it, I will trace it out. Input any inch I want. For this one, I'll be using like 2 inches. So this is 2 inches. I'll just join it and cut it out. This is the facing for the sleeve. I'll cut another one for the second sleeve. Okay, so I have attached the facing for the sleeve. This is the sleeve. You can see the facing, I've attached it. And then for our dress, this is the facing. So I'm going to use this hem gum to glue the facing to the body perfectly, because I don't want any stitch to be showing on the right side. So I'll use this hem gum, glue it against the fabric. If you like, you use one. If you like, you double it. Either of them is good. So having placed the hem gum, it's just for me to place my iron on top of it and it will be glued on it. Okay, so here now is the facing. You can see there are no stitches here visible. Okay, so now the next thing should be to join the two back panels together. Okay, so now in joining the back panels together, the reason I made provision for zip allowance is in case you want to put zip, but I will not be using it because I will just close it up from the hem, from the neckline all the way down to the hem line. I will now place my front panel against the back and take our body measurement. So here we go for our bust measurement. Our bust measurement was 43 divided into 4 will give us 10.75. Meanwhile, I folded the fabric back again into 4 because it's so wide. So I needed to fold it into 4 so that it will be very clear. Remember, this is our armhole. Okay, so I'll just measure 10.75. I added 1 inch extra for ease, so I will be adding it. If you like, you can add 2. Remember, it's a circle dress. It doesn't need to be fitted at the bust area. Okay, so I'll be using only 1 inch for ease. So this is it. So now what it means is that I'm going to sew from here down. I hope it's very clear. From here down, whatever measurement that is left here, two inches, that is what I will maintain all the way down to the hemline as I sew. Okay, so having joined the front and the back panels together, the next thing you should do is to measure your shoulder from the back side to the front side. That will determine how many inches you will take away from this sleeve. So I will have to put this against my body and explain it further. Okay, so this is our dress. This is the neckline. You can see it. So I have to measure from this point to the back side, say to this point where you have the joining of this one. I hope it's clear. Or 1 inch above this joining of this very top I'm putting on. 1 inch above it. You measure it. Whatever you get is what you will use in joining the sleeve to this dress. Okay, so for my measurement at this shoulder point, I'll be using 6 inches for width. That is from the back to the front side. I'll be making use of just 6 inches. Okay, so this is how I'm going to join the sleeve to the arm hole. So I'm going to place my sleeve against my dress. If I am to start from here, like 1 inch, this is the end of my armhole. So I should just curve it a little. I hope it's clear. So I'm going to cut this point off. Alright, so at the end of the day, I'm going to sew like this. Meanwhile, before then, I have to join my sleeve at this. I have to join my sleeve at this point. I hope it's well understood. Okay, so having joined my sleeve, all I need to do now is place it this way. You know what we did was to create an armhole on the sleeve because initially there was no armhole. Okay, so I will just sew it from here to the end of the other side of the sleeve. Okay, now I have joined the sleeve to the body of our dress, and like I said, I used 6 inches for this upper part, for this shoulder area. I hope you can see it. It is 6 inches. So here also is the sleeve. You can see I pleated it. Remember, the measurement we used was 6 inches from the front to the back. So the excess of this sleeve is what I pleated to give us an exact 6 inches. So here is our circle dress. I had to spread it out so that you will see it very, very well. Thank you, my lovely people, for watching till the end. I appreciate you guys a lot. Till we get to meet again in my next class, please take very good care of yourself. And if you are new to my channel, I implore you, don't leave without subscribing and also touching the notification bell. Bye.